Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. I would like to thank you for taking time out of your busy days to join us for the next 30 or so minutes while we discuss essential oils and how you can help, how they can help you in your everyday life and help you and your family. And those of you that watch the recording, thank you so much again for watching the recording. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. And if you're watching live, just use the chat option right there, and I can answer those questions for you live. So first I want to start off with talking about what makes doTERRA different. There's a lot of essential oil companies on the market today, and it's important to know why doTERRA is different than all of those other companies. Well, doTERRA's oils are certified pure therapeutic grade. They're the highest quality of essential oils in the market today. So if you take a look at all the essential oils in the market, there's a couple of different groupings that you could kind of group them together in. So you have your synthetic, and your synthetic essential oils, those are the ones that are made in a lab. They're fake, they're all chemicals with scent added to it. And so then you have your synthetic ones. You have your food grade. So your and your synthetic ones are also your industrial strength cleaners and stuff like that. So then you have your food ones. So your food grade, those are the ones that are in your food, your peppermint candies and things like that. And then we have the next category that you could group things into is your therapeutic grade. So your therapeutic grade essential oils are the ones that have some therapeutic properties to them. Maybe they're ones that maybe a natural doctor would use, or a massage therapist to get those therapeutic properties, as they work out knots and things in the body. And then there's doTERRA oils, which are certified pure therapeutic grade. And those oils are the highest quality available because they're the pure oils. There's nothing added. There's no synthetics. It's straight oil in the bottle. So that makes them very potent. But it makes them very pure. And now if you go back and you maybe go to Walmart or Target and look at the oils there, I've seen them that they have oils there. You can go in that section. And you pick up those oils, like a lemon, for example, and you pick those oils up, it's going to say not for internal use. However, we eat lemons, right? You eat the lemon rind, as a zest. You go to a restaurant, you get a glass of water, they put a lemon in it. We use a lot of lemon juice and a lot of lemons in cooking. So we should be able to take the oil. We should be able to take that oil internally. And if you get an oil that's not certified pure, that's not therapeutic grade, such as doTERRA, and you go look at the label, it's going to say not for internal use. Keep away from children, because there's synthetics in it. However, doTERRA's is pure, so you can take one drop of lemon oil and you can put it in your water, and then you can drink that throughout the day. We keep lemon right by our sink. So when we fill up our cups with our water, we just put a drop of lemon in it and we use it throughout the day. So doTERRA's oils are different because they're certified pure therapeutic grade. You can use them internally. They have medicinal properties. That's what sets doTERRA apart. Now, there's three different ways to use essential oils. We just talked about one, which is internally, and I just demonstrated by putting a drop of water in a drop of lemon in my water, and taking that internally. You wouldn't want to put a drop of water into the lemon. That'd be pretty strong. So you can take those internally for internal problems. You could take lemon, frankincense, any of the citruses. On Guard, lots and lots. I could name 15 or 20 that you could take internally, right off the top of my head. And there's more. You can take them all, but some are more effective in other ways. such as Deep Blue. We're going to talk about in a little while. Deep Blue, I mean, it's not very effective to take internally. It's way more effective to use topically, and that's another way you can use them. So Deep Blue is for pain. So if your back hurts, you can apply Deep Blue right on topically on the spot. If your shoulder hurts, put it on your shoulder. I had a stiff neck the other day. Deep Blue right on the side of my neck, and that helped take that edge off, so I could move my neck again. So topically, internally, and then the last way is aromatically. Aromatically in a diffuser. So what a diffuser is it's not on the table anymore. It was on the table earlier. So a diffuser is a little device that breaks down the essential oils into small enough particles so we can breathe them in and get the qualities that we're looking for. We can breathe them in and they can get to our bloodstream. So a diffuser, when you're looking at them, there's lots of different things on the market, but what you're looking for is an ultrasonic diffuser. And so a lot of people will think, oh, I can use my humidifier, my dehumidifier, or all the other things that's out there. But if they're not ultrasonic, they're not going to break down the oils for you to be able to get that desired effect. Like wild orange, you can put in your diffuser. It's a happy, uplifting oil. You can be able to smell that, and it's going to be able to get into the bloodstream, be able to have those positive effects on you. So the 3 ways, again, real quick to use it: internally, topically, and aromatically. All right, so let's get into a few oils. Let's start with lavender. I want to start with, there it is. There's the label. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but try to get that. Every time I do one of these, I adjust the lighting, and then when I sit down in front of Zoom, the light doesn't look as good as it did when I adjusted it. So I'll try to hold these up so you can see them. So here's lavender. So lavender is a calming, relaxing oil. Before bedtime, this is a great one to put on the kids. It's a great one for adults to use too. We have rough days, long days, where sometimes our minds just won't shut off. We're just thinking about so much, or we're replaying situations in our head that we can't get out. Or every time I do a class, I'm up late, always thinking about it. Okay, I can do this, I can do that, or if I adjust it this way, or because I always want to get better. And so lavender I have to put on the bottom of my feet every night so I can feel like I can relax. So lavender, again, for relaxing, calming, great for sleep. It's also really good for skin. I got into, I believe it's poison ivy, but I'm not sure. So I was doing some yard work. We had these bushes, and it just lines part of it's in a weird spot. We've got a pool, and it's kind of this horseshoe-shaped bush, and it's really annoying. So I've been digging them out, and my arms got real itchy. And I looked down, and just these red blotchy spots everywhere. And I looked it up online. It looked like poison ivy. I'm going to guess it is. So I've been using lavender to help the itching. And it's been going down, and it's hardly noticeable now. And it doesn't itch. So lavender is great for that. You can do lemon, lavender, and peppermint and put it in a capsule or put it in a little shot glass of water, and that's going to help with your allergies for seasonal relief. So lavender's got a lot of great things, for burns, really good on the skin for burns and things like that. My kids love it on their backs at nighttime. So, that's some ways we use lavender. We'll talk about lemon real quick again. We talked about you can use it internally. You can put a few drops in your water. But lemon is a really good cleaner as well. So you got sticky stuff on your counter. My kids made this slime stuff. Left some residue on the counter. One or 2 drops of lemon oil, kind of just rubbed it, just swished it around on the spot with my finger. Came right up, no problem. We've used it to get glue off of places that glue doesn't belong, thanks to my 4-year-old who likes to do arts and crafts. And I like to work in the garage. and try and build things and try and put things together. I'm not very good at it. I do a better job of taking it apart and then throwing it out and then putting it back together. Good night. But sometimes I come with my hands just grease and dirt and grimy and just look like I've been working real hard out there when I really haven't. Lemon, a few drops of lemon on my hands, kind of rub it together, run it under the sink, with the water, comes right off. Great for that. So again, it's really good in water, that nice refreshing taste. Gives it a really nice, clean, it's a nice clean pick-me-up, I guess, with lemon. We like to go to restaurants and we get it with no lemon, and then we put our own lemon in there and leave the bottle on the table, and it gets passed around. Everybody uses it, and it's absolutely fantastic. We love it. I want to talk about peppermint because I just mentioned it with lavender. With lavender. So peppermint is really good for opening up the respiratory system, get that deep breath in. It's also really good at cooling oil. It'll help cool things down. If you're really hot, you can put some on the back of your neck, on your chest, and it's going to cool you down because peppermint has a menthol effect on the skin. So what it does is it opens up your pores really wide, and you get a little bit cooler. And so you can also use that to help drive oils in a little bit deeper. So earlier I mentioned deep blue for pain. Say your back hurts. You put that deep blue on and you think, man, I just need it just to drive in and penetrate a little bit more. It's just needs a little bit of help. You can put peppermint right on top, and it's going to drive that in deeper because it opens your pores for the oils to get absorbed deeper. So peppermint's really good for that. And, respiratory, we like to make peppermint brownies, put a few drops in brownie mix and mix it up and cook some brownies. Is really good. It's also, I mentioned lavender when you get a little burn or sunburn, lavender soothes the skin, peppermint takes the sting out. I remember when I was in school and I'd get sunburned, all my friends would, slap you on the shoulder. Hey, how's it going? And you kind of wince in pain, but you can't show how much it really hurts because then they keep doing it, right? So peppermint, I wish I would have had back then, but live and learn. So now I always use peppermint to help take that sting out, because when I go to church, some of the guys there are just like it's in school again and smack you on the shoulder, say hi. So helps take that sting out. Let's see. Just checking my oils here. All right, so I've got just a few more single oils I want to talk about, then we'll talk about the blends. We're going to talk about frankincense next. Frankincense is kind of a can-do-everything oil. In my opinion, frankincense is like the Swiss Army knife of essential oils. You got that little Swiss Army knife that hangs on your keychain, and you take it everywhere. It's got a knife and scissors and toothpicks, and you got one of those. It's like you're MacGyver, and you can do and fix anything, right? Frankincense can do and fix anything. There's a saying at our house: when in doubt, use frankincense, because literally it can do so much. It's a very prized oil. In ancient times, in biblical times, it was considered to be the internal medicine of the time. And so the people in charge of, whether they were medicine men or wise men or whatever they were called back then, they had frankincense, and that's what they would use to give the people, because it was internal medicine of the time. It was found in King Tut's tomb, and they tested it, and it was still able to use. It still had all the properties of frankincense that it needs to be effective, because it belonged to kings. And so frankincense really can do anything: pain, inflammation. It's really good for the brain. I know lots of people that have different types of disorders and things that use frankincense every single day because they had such a positive effect on their life. And one of the great things is we get our frankincense from, oh man, it just slipped my mind. Well, we get all of our oils. We source them where they grow naturally, where they grow most effectively. So like, I'm sure frankincense will come to me in a minute. Like we get our lavender from the high altitudes of France because it has the proper soil makeup and it's got the proper temperature and rainfall to have the most potent and powerful essential oils. And so that's one of the nice things is, you know, if we were to take lavender and plant it here where we live, it's not going to have the same effects because it's got different soil makeup, different rainfall. It's got different temperatures. So it's going to grow and affect the plant differently. So that's partly why doTERRA's oils are so powerful and potent. So we're going to move over to Melaleuca. Melaleuca is any skin issue. You can put that on. I've been also putting this on my poison ivy and with that lavender, and it's, again, amazing. Any skin issue is you want to use Melaleuca for. The last single oil that I want to talk about is wild orange, and then we're going to get into our blends. So Stretch is going to talk to you a little bit about wild orange.
Yeah, this is the wild orange. Probably isn't very visible, but wild orange is one of my favorite oils. I use it almost every day. I have a few oils that I take to work. I have a diffuser there, and all the guys at work love the wild orange smell. It smells just like you would expect it to smell, just like an orange. Smell it, and the one thing that I really like it for is it's good at kind of waking me up, and it's very invigorating and gets me going. And just kind of a quick story about wild orange. I work with about 4 or 5 other software developers, and about 2 or 3 times a week we'll go to lunch as a group. And there was one time a few weeks ago where we went to lunch, and I don't remember where we ate, but we probably ate more than a person should in a single meal. And when we all got back to the office, everybody was just kind of went into a food coma, kind of like you do on Thanksgiving when you eat a whole bunch and you can't move for the next 3 or 4 hours. Mm-hmm. So we were all just kind of sitting there at our desks trying to do anything to stay awake and get our work done. And I realized I have wild orange in my desk. So I got my bottle out and I just put a drop, actually probably about 2 drops in my hands. And then I rubbed them together and then I smelled it. And right as doing that, one of the other guys said something about how he just couldn't stay awake. So I told him here, and I put a couple of drops in his hand and had him do the same thing. And then I did that to everybody in the office there. And about an hour later, I was sitting there. I gave the drop to, came in. I don't know where he'd gone, but he came back in the office and he says, I don't know if it's because we started talking about something else or it was that wild orange, but I'm awake and I am ready to do my job. And that's just one of the things that I really, I love to have wild orange around just for that reason, because it just hits you. Sometimes you're tired and it's just a really good thing to help pick you up. It's better.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Wild orange is a definite favorite at our house as well. You know, we use that in the mornings when my kids are going to school and they're kind of dragging. You know, they might have stayed up a little bit too late, and they go to their homeschool group twice a week, and you know they're dragging in the morning sometimes. But I mean, everybody does. Everybody has those days, and so we use wild orange just like Stretch did. That he used it in his office to kind of pick them up and get going, and we use it too here often. And we keep. In fact, we've learned to keep a bottle in our van because that's what we take our kids to school in. And when they get in, before they get out, they all put a drop on their hands, and By the time we get to school, they're happy. So thanks for sharing. That's really good. We're going to go on to some of the blends now. And what doTERRA did is they took, like this one is Digestin. You can see that maybe. What they did is doTERRA took all the best oils for digestion and stomach issues and put it into one bottle and labeled it Digestin. And from the name Digestin, you can probably assume it's for digestive. And it's really nice because doTERRA did that to all their blends. They labeled them super easy. So when you hear Digestin, you know it's for digestive. And so this is one of our favorites after we eat a whole lot of food, or if we feel real heavy and weighed down. We also use it when we're traveling, because sometimes you don't always get the best meals when you're traveling. We've kind of learned different tips and tricks and where to stop and where not to stop, and we've learned those the hard way because we travel a lot. But Digestin has saved us so many times. It's one that we use often. We keep it in our bathroom from anything from diarrhea, constipation, just upset stomachs. You can use Digestin, 1 or 2 drops on your stomach. Now, 1 or 2 drops comes out really easy. As you can see, it's got the little hole right there where it comes out, drips right out, 1 or 2 drops right under your stomach, rub it right in. So you can use that topically, or you can put 1 or 2 drops in a little shot glass of water and take that down, and you're going to be able to take them internally as well. And so that's the 2 different ways you can use Digestin, internally, topically. Digestin has really been a lifesaver lots of times. One of the most recent was about 3 weeks ago, when I dropped my wife off at the airport. She was going to Utah for a training, and came home, and when I got back into town, it was time to pick up the kids from their own homeschool group. So I went and picked them up, got everybody buckled in, and make sure everybody was good before we left the parking lot. And my youngest threw up everywhere. Now, I can't remember the last time anybody in my house was throwing up. I honestly cannot remember. And so she threw up in the minivan. And if you're a parent and you've ever experienced throw up in a small confined space, it does not smell very good. I mean, it was everywhere, down her shirt, her pants, on the floor, like the rugs there. It was on the ceiling of the minivan. I don't know how that happens, but it was up there. And so I get her out, clean her all up, best I can in the parking lot, put some Digestin. I put 2 or 3 drops. Honestly, it might have been more because I just shook the bottle out on her stomach, rubbed it in, put her back in her car seat the best, as we could, buckled her up and came home. And by the time we got home, she took a bath, cleaned up. I cleaned out the van real good, and she felt great. She was off playing. We still told her to take it easy, but she was off playing, and that was it. Where in the most cases, they get the stomach bug, they threw up, they're sick, they throw up, they're sick, they throw up, they're sick, and it goes in stages. 1 stage, done. And I can give you countless number of stories that we've used Digestin in our house, and every single time it's came through. It's kind of like that clutch player in the game who makes that last second shot, right? So Digestin always comes through for you. I briefly want to talk about On Guard next. On Guard is a blend, a protective blend for your help protect your immune system. Now, I love On Guard. We put it on the bottom of our feet every single morning, every single night, just to help the immune system. Now, we go out in public, and there's germs everywhere. You're touching shopping carts, grocery bags, money, maybe punching in your PIN number to those little card reader things that they have at the stores. But the person before you might have sneezed in their hand and then touched the button. Or they might have coughed on it. Maybe there was a little kid who didn't wash their hands properly and they were playing with the buttons while mom and their dad was checking out. So then you go and touch that and you exchange germs. There germs that your body isn't used to everywhere. And so you want something to help that immune system and digestion. My goodness, I just love digestion. I just got it on the mind, right? On Guard is what we use for that. On Guard's absolutely amazing every single day. It's one you use as a preventative. So we've got 3 more left I want to talk about. We're going to go through these last 3 quick. Breathe. Breathe is anything respiratory. 1 or 2 drops, rub it right on your chest. Take a deep breath. You can put a little bit under your lip right here. Or under your lip, I'm sorry. Above your lip, under your nose right there. And take a deep breath. Breathe. Any respiratory issue, you can use it. I was reading this thing on Facebook, and it said some of the things we take for granted. It was like the top 5 things. And number 1 was your nose. You take your nose for granted because you use it every day and it's just natural, right? But when it gets stuffed up or clogged or runny, you just want it to be better because it gets bright red and you wipe your nose all the time, your skin comes off and it's hard to breathe, right? You got to breathe it out of your mouth, gives you a sore throat. Breathe is what you need right there. So put it on, take a deep breath, help open those airways. Next one's Balance. Balance is a grounding, relaxing, calming blend. It helps me get things done, focused throughout the day. So for me, I put this on every single morning. It's on my bathroom sink. So brushing my teeth in the morning, getting ready for the day, I put this on the back of my neck. And it helps me stay focused and get the things done that I need to get done. We've got a lot going on. We're homeschooling our kids. We're running a business. We've got stuff to get done around the house. We've got yard work to get done. We've got errands to run. Just like all of you have those things to do. Sometimes you're getting pulled in so many different directions, you feel like you get nothing done, right? And so balance is what I use every day, and it helps keep me focused and on task to make me feel like that I can accomplish everything I need to get done, and I can start checking that off the list. Deep Blue, real quick. Deep Blue I've mentioned quite a few times already tonight. Deep Blue is for pain. It's a soothing blend. So if your back hurts, you put it on your back. Your neck hurts, you put it on your neck. You apply this topically. That's the best way to use it. Most effective way to use it. Just apply it where it hurts. After a workout, before a workout, Deep Blue pain. It's amazing stuff. So I do want to point out briefly, I'm going to use this Balance as an example. This Balance is 15 mil. This Deep Blue is a 5 mil. So in a 5 mil, there's about 90 drops. In a 15 mil, there's about 250 drops. So as you can tell, you get a whole lot more drops in a 15 mil than a 5 mil. And when you're using these oils, you're only using 1 or 2 drops at a time. So you can kind of see a little bit farther away there, only using 1 or 2 drops at a time. The reason I wanted to show you that is because doTERRA, what they decided to do is they decided to take the most basic oils that every family needs and put them together in a package, in a kit deal, to where you can get these oils, the basic ones, in your home to take care of your family and yourself and to address those needs at home. You can get them in a package deal at a deep discount. And so doTERRA is just like Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's. I don't know if they have that wholesale where you're at, where you have that small membership fee, and then you get everything at wholesale. doTERRA is the same way. And they've started out with the basic kits. So this first one here I want to show you right here is the Family Essentials Kit. And that's 5 ml bottles. It's 90 drops, approximately 90 drops. You get lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca, oregano, frankincense, deep blue, breathe, digestin, and On Guard, and then peppermint beadlets and On Guard beadlets. And so you get all of those, plus you get your membership included in that for $150. So that is a great deal to get those basic oils in your home to be able to take care of any ailment that comes up. And so that's the most popular kit that a lot of people start with. But recently, doTERRA decided to offer that same kit in bigger bottles, and it's called the Home Essentials Kit, or the Home Essentials right here. Sorry. And you get all of those oils: frankincense, lavender, melaleuca, lemon, oregano, peppermint, breathe, digestin, On Guard, deep blue. You get all those oils plus a diffuser in 15 ml for $275. Because people were ordering the smaller bottles and saying they were running out too fast. So doTERRA decided to offer them in bigger bottles at $275. And that includes a petal diffuser, which is my favorite diffuser because it has a really nice wide base, so it doesn't tip over very easy. If you've got little ones you want to try and help, it's really nice, solid, simple to use. The lid's one piece, 2 buttons, on and off. You can turn the light on, you can turn the light off. We've got one we use it as a night light in our kids' room, and then it goes off automatic when they're asleep. So those are our 2 most popular kits. But as you can see, we have a whole bunch. We can find any kit to fit your needs and your family's needs. Now, if you're thinking, well, those oils are great, but I kind of would like to make my own kit, we can do that. We can set up a time, we can talk together what you're looking for, and then we can make you a kit. Just know that there will be an extra $35 fee added onto that because of that wholesale account. So we can get you those oils cheap as we can. So it's most effective and cost effective, and really the smartest way to be able to get your oils is to start out with a starter kit. So the best thing to do really, once you've decided, or if you have questions, to contact the person who invited you to this webinar, whether it was myself or whether it was Sherry or Stretch. Definitely contact them and they can help answer any questions, or I can as well. Me and Stretch work fairly close together. We talk often, so if you contact me, I'll make sure that he gets, he knows that we're talking and that he'll get all the right information that he needs to be able to get you your kit. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this live video, or if you're watching a recording. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me at ashleyjoebell@gmail.com, ASHLEYJOEBELL@gmail.com, or you can message us on Facebook, and that is Oils for Every Family with Ashley and Joe Bell. If you just type in Oils for Every Family, it'll pop up with the first ones there, and we can answer any questions that you may have. So I want to thank you so much for joining us, and I'd like to thank Stretch for sharing his Wild Orange story with us. Have a great night, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye.